Hello and welcome to Polyglot Principles. My name is Modja, and in this video I teach you the principles of language learning, hence enabling you to learn a language like a genius. So today's video is titled Why Learn a New Language, right? So the channel is about language learning, but you might be asking the basic question, what is the value? Why should I learn a language, right? When I have Google Translate, when I have other technologies, why the heck would I invest time in learning a language? Is it really that important? So let's tackle that today. And before we start, as usual, I do have a question for you. What do you think are the benefits of learning a language? Or is it even a good idea to learn a language, right? So please write that in the comment section below. And I want to really see if your comments, agree with my comments, all right? That's one of the things we'll be able to compare at the end with my comments on the subject. All right, but let's dig in. As usual, I have very important tips right through to the end. So if you don't want to miss out on anything, make sure you stay till the end of this video. Okay, so what are the benefits of learning? Is learning a language beneficial? Absolutely. No doubt about it, right? Learning a language is beneficial. But you might ask, well, what are the benefits? Why would I spend my time learning a language? So I'm going to start with the first reason why I learn languages. My first reason is that it's fun. It's fun to learn a language. Why? Because it's a great feeling when you start from not knowing a single thing. You can't say a single word, you can't understand a goddamn thing that's being said, and then after just a short while you're able to have a conversation, to discuss. You're able to understand things you never understood before. That's a great feeling. Human beings, we enjoy learning, and learning a language is just as fun. For example, for me, right, like 4 months ago, okay, this is week 17, right? So 4 months and 1 week ago, right, I couldn't say a single sentence in German. I couldn't understand what people were saying. German was totally foreign to me. And right now I can have a conversation. I can discuss politics. I can discuss the coronavirus, right? I can talk about my future plans. I can read text in the language. I can watch cartoons in the language. That feels great. It's a great feeling to go from zero, knowing, hey, I couldn't do this before, and now, wow, this entire world has opened up to me. So that's the first reason, is that it's fun. But what's another reason for learning a language? Sometimes the best way to know the value of something is to lose it, right? Or imagine it not being there, right? I think there's a proverb in English that says, we never miss the water till the well runs dry. When we have water, we take it for granted. When we don't have water, we realize how valuable it is. So here's the question. Maybe right now you speak English or whatever your native language is. Ask yourself this question. What would happen if, like, let's say just something magical happened and you had amnesia and you forgot the language totally? What would be the consequence of that, right? Or what if you never learned the language at all? What would you miss out on, right? So for example, if I didn't know English, I would have never been able to go to the schools that I went to. There's many books I've read. I'd have never been able to read those books because they're written in English. There's many friends that I have and we only communicate in English. If I didn't know English, I would never be able to talk to these people. There's many universities I could have never gone to. There's many ideas I could have never learned. An entire world would be shut down because I don't speak English, right? So that's what English gives me, right? Now, when you learn a new language, it also opens up a new world, okay? If you couldn't speak French and you learn how to speak French, now you can speak with half of the African continent. You can speak to people in France. You can make new friends. You now have certain job opportunities open up to you, right? Because maybe, for example, now you can work as a translator. It means that there are books. Think about it. Not every book that's written in French has been translated to English. There are certain books that people never bother to translate into English. But if you speak French, you can read those books. You have access to more than you had before. Also, your understanding of English will improve because there are certain things that come directly from French, for example, right? Things like déjà vu, that comes from French, right? Déjà vu, already seen, okay? So, also, not to talk about the fact that now, if you ever visit France or a French-speaking country, you can talk to the people, you can interact with them, you can understand the culture better, okay? So these are a language opens up a world to you, an entire world. And Google Translate wouldn't really be able to open up the same world to you, right? So, or many of these other tools, perhaps if they improve. So that's another reason to learn a language. It opens up a new world, it's fun. The other thing that the language does is it forces you to think differently, okay? There are certain things you can say in English, you can't really say in another language. I think, for example, just a while back, I was talking with one of my German conversation partners, and we're talking about regret. So in English we have the word regret, but in German I've forgotten the words, but there's two words for the regret. The Germans have a word for regret. I think it's bedauern. Yeah, when you regret something that was that's when you regret something that you're not responsible for. For example, you can regret that your grandfather died, right? But you're not really responsible for their death. You just regret that they died. You're filled with regret over that, right? And there's also regret, which is you regret something for which you are responsible. For example, I don't know, you regret that you didn't study hard for a test. That was something you could have done, right? These are two forms of regret. In English, we have one word, regret. But the Germans have two words for that, bedauern and another word, right? When I learned the language, because I was learning, and the German, the conversation partner was pointing to me the difference between these two types of regret, and I paid more attention. That expanded my thinking, right? If you learn, for example, I'm going to use a language I'm learning. I'm learning German, right? So, first of all, in German, the word order is different. So you have it just by mere virtue of learning the language, you have to learn to organize ideas in a different way. Right? This opens up possibilities that you had never considered before. Okay, so this is one of the other parts of language. It forces you to think differently, right? Right. Like typically, we never think about things that we don't have words for. Usually, that's how things work, right? If there's no word for something, probably you're not thinking about it. If there's no word for a particular color, you're probably not paying attention to that color, right? So the more languages you learn, the more ideas you have, the more thoughts you have, right? The better you are at thinking, right? So this is another big value of learning a language, right? Not to talk of just job opportunities and things like that. All right, look, I've beaten the dead horse. I'm sure you can find other really good reasons to learn a language. Now, every single Monday at 8 a.m. Central African Time, I publish a new video. And the video is designed to provide you with tools like this, for example, that you can use to learn a language. Or interesting topics like this, you know. Why learn a language? What are the benefits of learning a language, right? If you want to receive these videos whenever they come out, if you want to know whenever one of these videos is published, don't forget to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification. Ding, ding, ding. That way you'll be notified whenever I publish a new video. Thank you very much once again for taking your time to watch this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Bye.